The most famous climb in the Santos Tour Down Under is Wollonga Hill.
3, 2, 1.
And that is the destination for Think Road Safety Stage 5 as the gun goes to have them roll out of McLaren Vale. The stage itself, 145.7 kilometres. A couple of times up Wollonga Hill, a climb prior to that as well, and an incredibly aggressive start. Tight in the general classification with Romo holding a 15-second advantage over just 19 riders. They're all within striking distance. So we saw plenty of teams going on the attack. Lopez was amongst them from the leader Trek team, but he was joined by the young Spaniard of UAE Team Emirates, Pablo Torres, and that forced others to respond. They eventually drifted back to the peloton as a strong group of 4 riders began to form out the front. Amongst them, as they went across the top of Wollonga Hill from the opposite direction, descending it for the first time, group of 4 out in front, a crash back in the peloton. Chris Harper was held up, and another victim of a crash earlier on in the day was the sprint sensation Sam Welsford. Lopez tried to rejoin the 4 leaders, which included Ollie Bledden from the ARA Australian national team, Pascal Encorn of the Soudal Quickstep squad, Michael Hepburn was there for Jaco Alula, and for Ineos Grenadiers it was Ben Swift. Lopez didn't make it. It came down to 4 riders out in front as Ben Swift was heading through Snapper Point to take some time bonuses and points for the blue jersey in the Zip Track intermediate sprint competition. Ollie Bledden, the Olympic Games gold medalist from Paris on the track, making the transition to the road and also riding in support of his teammate Zach Marriage, who was battling it out for the Zwift Best Young Rider jersey, sitting just 15 seconds behind the leader, Albert Philipson. Onto the climb for the first time, and Ollie Bledden tried his luck. He and Swift, the last to be caught by the main field. It was then one of the locals from Jaco Alula, it was Chris Harper who went on the charge. Soon joined by the Swiss national champion, his teammate Motto Schmid. They crested Wollonga Hill the first time around with a 21-second advantage over the peloton. But there was a big chase behind. They couldn't afford to let these two get too far ahead, as Harper was just 15 seconds behind the leader's jersey of Romo. Heading back down through the famous vineyards, the crosswind also wreaked havoc on the peloton as Ineos Grenadiers tried to split the field to pieces. As they got to the bottom of the climb, the brake was caught and the race leader decided to go on the offensive. It was Romo in Oka who attacked. And the first to respond amongst the pre-race favourites, it was Luke Platt for Jaco Alula. Hot on his wheel with Jhonathan Narvaez, second in the general classification. Narvaez, the Ecuador national champion, was waiting to pounce. So too was Oscar Onlead, who'd won the corresponding stage the previous year. Narvaez opened up and nobody could get near him. He collected the stage victory, and with it, Jhonathan Narvaez moves to the top of the general classification. It was only in second spot on the stage, Finn Fisher-Black in 3rd position. Jhonathan Narvaez, last year's second place finisher, is now at the top of the general classification. Javier Romo slips to 2nd. He's at 9 seconds behind. And Finn Fisher-Black moves to the podium at 12 seconds. 1 day to go.